Today's best picks. All right, we'll start seeing. Are you able to see the number of people in it?
No, I've got the chat on here,
Okay.
which was showing up for there was the Twitter yesterday, but I don't see a number.
All right, it says we got 3 people in. TikTok's got somebody in. All right, we're getting rolling. What's up, everybody? We're talking once again today's best picks. Excited to do this with you guys again. We got Evan and I going. So, what do we say? Let's start breaking it down, Evan.
Let's do it. A bunch of games already started today, but we got the Reds in our 3-teamer. They're in a rain delay. They just pulled the tarp out. They're up 2-1 now, so good things happening. But join the Discord because that's where you're going to see all these picks before the game start.
Exactly. We always are going to go live as early as we can, but Discord is our source of news for you guys. So definitely join that. And anybody joining on TikTok, join us on X instead. We have the whole screen share up. TikTok bans that for us. So we want to give you guys the best experience. So if you are joining on TikTok, head over to X for a better viewing experience. But we talked about the Reds in our 3-team moneyline parlay. How much does a rain delay affect the flow of a game in here? Pitchers, I'm assuming starting pitchers are going to be gone, right?
If it's more than an hour, they're gone. Usually. I mean, that's how it goes.
Yeah.
You have to think so. They're in the 4th inning now. So you got to think that they're done, and then it turns into a long bullpen game. You got to trust your long relievers, and hopefully the Reds can get the job done.
I know. I don't love that. Is it a bot? Is that the correct pronunciation of his? Abbott. We picked the Reds partially because Abbott was on the mound today. So right. I don't love the fact that he's already going to be gone, but I still think pretty embarrassing day for the Reds yesterday, getting blown out back-to-back games. I still like them to, I kind of always say play for some pride today and get the mojo back. So I think we're still very confident, with where the Reds are. Nice having a lead going into that break as well.
Absolutely.
So now let's look at remaining games. Brewers, White Sox, are the White Sox winning a game today?
Well, they're going for the sweep. White Sox had a chance yesterday. They played well yesterday. But no, going for the sweep. I don't like betting on teams that are about to sweep teams like the Brewers today, but you got to think that the Brewers are going to pull it out. I mean, it's tough to bet on the White Sox any day.
Exactly. And I also think it's one of those things. The White Sox had their shot yesterday to get that win. They didn't do it. Their window may be closed on that. So going with the Brewers there. We're not taking that game in anything today, but that would be the pick. Athletics at the Rangers. This has been a pretty competitive series. Is this a Rangers bounce back day? As we can see, getting not a huge money split, but all the bets, more of the money going into the Rangers' favor in this one.
Yeah, they're trying to win another series against the Rangers. If they win this game, they're up 3-1 in this 4-game series. So I like the Rangers, but I mean the A's are playing well. The A's are sneaky.
They are. Yeah, they're a much
they're over
better
500.
I think a lot of people anticipated they would be this year. So it's actually been fun to watch the A's, which I don't think you could have really said that, many prior years before. Nationals, Phillies, interesting line movement here, -220 all the way down to -167. Phillies still getting, more of the money, more of the bets. Is there anything weird you see happening in this one?
No, going for the sweep again. There's a couple of these games today. Another one going for the sweep. No. I mean, this is kind of like the Nationals had their chance.
Mm-hmm. I agree. And they blown save in the ninth. Not nothing else to say.
But I wouldn't touch I still wouldn't touch the Phillies. Kind of like the Brewers today. It's almost the same deal.
Completely agree. We got a question from Tony. Are Mets gonna win? We will be at the Mets game soon. And guys, definitely drop your questions in the comments on any of the platforms. And
Mets game started a minute ago. I mean, Zach Gallen started off the game pretty hot. It's zeros right now, or it was a minute ago. So.
Yep. Clippers and Nuggets, we will get to NBA right after we finish going through these MLB games. So here we go. Red Sox, Blue Jays. Now we can see, a betting split in favor of the Blue Jays here, but Red Sox were a team that we liked. Our new model predicted the Red Sox as well. We didn't end up taking them today, but I would say I'm still pretty comfortable with the Red Sox getting a win.
I like the Red Sox. Yep, I agree.
Anything on Tigers, Angels? Well, we got them in our 3-team moneyline parlay, so we're expecting big things from Detroit here today.
Yep, had them in the 3-team moneyline yesterday. They got the job done. Just keep it rolling.
Just keep
good line movement, better favorable pitching matchup.
Completely agree. And then Rockies, Giants. Rockies got their win yesterday. We talked about
We
that
did.
was a your upset one. Jake said LeBron is overrated. I think we have a troll in our comment section. Um, talking the LeBron smack. We'll get to that Lakers game in a little bit too. I want to put that topic off as long as I possibly can right
Right.
now. But Giants, yeah, a team in our money line parlay today. Rockies, they're not going to win back-to-back games. Yeah, I think that's.
Yeah, I don't think so. It's a good time to bet against them.
And then Cubs, Pirates. These are all the games going on. So those are our MLB games that have not started. Let's flip over to the NBA per the comment request. We got 2 games today. 2, potential closeout games or 2 potential series that could go 7. Knicks, Pistons. Spreads stay the same on both of these games pretty much. What do you like there at Detroit? Can the Knicks get that, victory on the road and put the series away, or is this going 7?
I said a couple days ago, I think it's going 7. I
Yep.
really do. But I mean, I trust the Clippers a lot more than I trust the Pistons tonight.
I do too. And wow, interesting money line betting splits here. A lot of love going to both road teams to avoid these series going to 7.
Right.
I agree. I like the Pistons at home. I think that, they've put together a series. They're a scrappy young team, and they
Yeah,
they
I think they're
believe,
both going 7.
yeah, they believe they can win this series. And then I agree as well. I think Clippers, take this one to 7. I had Nuggets in 7 from the beginning in this series, and I think that's exactly what we should see,
Yep.
here
I
tonight.
completely agree.
Yep, we got comments saying it's going 7. Completely agree. TikTok comments: Cubs plus 1.5 minus 200 was free. Mal, did you parlay that with anything? Because we would never recommend, I think, taking a minus 200 straight bet. And
Right.
then,
But I mean, Clippers money line, if you are going to parlay with something, that's not a bad. I don't mind that at all.
mhm,
That could have been a thought in the 3-teamer today, but we've had
that
more
definitely
success in
could.
baseball.
Yeah, NBA money lines are just a
Right.
wild market. We got a comment. Rangers win. Rangers says, I think we both agree the Rangers win
Leaning
today,
Rangers.
but that's a gutsy one. It's not something that we
They haven't
we
turned
have
it on yet.
today, I think. Okay, Mal parlayed Cubs plus 1.5 with Pete Alonso to get a hit. There we
All
go. Yep, someone said Pistons definitely surprised me this year. Completely agree. I don't think anyone thought, the Pistons would be where they were. That might be one of the stories of the year in the NBA as well.
Especially if they win this series. If they find a way to win this series.
Yep. Yeah, he said the Jay Maher 22 said as they keep going in the playoffs, they look like they're getting stronger as a team. They definitely are. And if they do win this series, I think they're out next round. But
Have to be. Yeah.
if they have a solid offseason and can add another vet, they're a team that could be a legitimate contender here sooner than later, I think.
Totally. Well, yeah. And think about how many games they lost over the last 2 years. I mean, they were awful.
From a historic losing streak
Right.
last year to this is a very big turnaround. And a lot of credit to, not just the coaches, but the players in that locker room too, to go through what they went through last year and keep confidence to turn it around.
Yep.
Leak asked which game we're covering right now. We're covering everything. So drop your questions in here and we will get them answered. Help you guys get some of the best plays on the board. 3-team money line parlay is on the bottom ticker if you guys can see it. If you're on TikTok, join on X. It's a better viewing experience. But we had Reds, Tigers, Giants. So Reds game is live right now with that delay. And then Tigers, Giants got to carry us to a win later. And our free play, Justin Henry Malloy, over half a hit, was our positive EV play of the day.
Yep. He plays for the Tigers.
Tigers, yes. Yeah, so we got a double rooting for the Tigers today a bit.
Right.
Some of that
And
stuff.
well, yesterday, if anybody else was on the 3-team money line parlay, it was kind of a heartbreaker. We got through the tough game. We got the Tigers W yesterday, and then the Cubs just fell apart on us.
And it's tough when we talked about so many other games that ended up going exactly how we said they would. And that's the ones not in the money line parlay are the ones that won. We got a question: can we trust the Rangers today? I think they win, but I'm not confident.
Yeah, I would trust the Tigers more.
Yep. Yeah, definitely Outcast 1K. Definitely other teams that we'd trust. Santos said, "Have we done MLB yet? Just joined." We have, but Santos, what games are you looking at? We will revisit any game that you guys want. Keep the questions coming because these lives are really to help you guys. We've got our card set in the VIP in the Discord. So if you're in there, you've already seen it, but we are here for you guys. We got a question: what NBA teams we think win today? We'll pop back over to the NBA.
Both series going 7.
Yep. Good TV watching tonight. Both
Right.
series, both home teams getting a win. And actually, since this has refreshed, we've already spread. That's interesting. Spread
It's moved towards
money
the Knicks. I know that
way different. Yeah.
because it got down to 1.5. I think it opened at 3.5, went down to 1.5 for the Pistons, and yeah. So I mean, that's obviously scarier, but that's a 1 possession game late. You got to think. I think
Exactly.
I mean, if you want to pick one winner tonight, it's the Clippers. I know it's juicy, but I think
Yeah.
they're the safer for sure.
Yeah, definitely wouldn't mind a Clippers parlay. We got a comment. The A's are trash though. A's are a lot better this year. I don't think we can call the A's trash anymore.
Yeah, even though they're playing on a minor league field in Sacramento, they're not that
Yeah.
bad. They're over
They're really,
500. I think they're 16-15.
yeah. No, A's are a team that I don't know. We might be able to trust them. Red Sox money line.
Yep, we like
Jonathan.
that.
Yep, completely agree. Model loves it. We had already loved it, and then we just had a new model built, a new machine learning model that is very high on the Red Sox today. So we like that. It's in test phase still, but you guys will be getting picks from that as well soon. Royals or Rays? Let's see.
That's been a tough call this whole series. It's been weird lines, everything. I mean, kind of resort back to just home team Rays, but I mean that's a coin flip.
And that game is live already. 1-1, bottom of the fourth. So we'll see. Eli, I'm not watching live, so I can't get too much of a feel for the game, but
Right, neither am I.
that's not a 1-1 in the bottom of the fourth. It's anybody's game right there. Athletics upset could definitely happen. I think the Rangers should win, but as we've discussed, A's are not a bad team at all. Let's see, Phillies and Boston games. Phillies should be able to win this game, and yeah, I would say we like Philly and Boston here.
Right, but some sneaky ones that we've always had success with going against teams that are about to get swept. I mean,
Yeah.
you could go like the White Sox and Nationals today. I mean, I know they're scary and they're not good teams, but it hits at a high clip. These teams don't get swept all the time.
Exactly. Eddie Vargas, what's going on? Yeah, completely agree. And I would bet if you went back and looked at like the White Sox wins last year, there's probably 50% of them came just in a game where they were avoiding a sweep.
Right.
These aren't bad teams, don't go up 1-0 or tie at 1-1, very often, but
they're still professionals.
Way it works, they will avoid a sweep at all costs if they can. We got a question on the Blue Jays. We do not like the Blue Jays today.
Nope.
Much bigger on the Red Sox today in that one. Let's see. Any other questions that you guys have? And actually, I'm going to switch our screen sharing up. Let's head over to the Discord. And
yeah, show that bot again.
Yeah,
people like that.
Let's take a look at that. Let me get the Discord opened up. And we can, all right, here we go. Discord's on the screen. So if you guys have not joined this yet, this is a way for you guys to actually make your bets in the Discord. So CompetiBot, new product out, still in testing phases, but we were lucky enough to get be one of their testing servers. And we can go get our markets and let's put a little,
yeah, we had a winner on the Tigers yesterday. Let's put the $2 on the let's go on the Red Sox today.
I like that. Yep. So we're going. Let's see. We got Eddie said, sorry off topic, but the Ravens have an amazing draft this year. Ravens are a team, Evan, that them and the Eagles seem like they just get guys that should not be available at their pick every single year.
If you want to go to a franchise that just knows what they're doing, I mean, the Ravens are always steady. They're always right there.
Yep. All right. So Red Sox, and guys, this is exactly how it works. So we'll do $2. They gave everybody $5 for a testing phase. So if you guys are not in the Discord already, or if you're in and you haven't done this, definitely take advantage of it. And people on TikTok, join the Discord for this. You can't see the screen here, but if you join on X, you'll see our screen sharing right now. But this new Discord bot is a pretty cool thing. All right, so $2 to win 388. Confirming, locking in the Red Sox for a straight bet through the bot in the Discord. And then as you guys can see, here it is, placed right here. And actually, we've had some guys doing pretty good. This Cowgirls user right here has put some solid bets in. They put 50 yesterday on the Capitals to round out that series, and I think they won 4-1 yesterday.
Yep,
there.
winner, easy winner.
Let's see, we got another Twins or Cleveland. Is that game right now as well?
I think it is just started. I think Cleveland took a quick 1-0 lead. I'm pretty sure.
Let's see. Twins, Guardians. Yep, 1-0 Cleveland. And let's see.
That's another tough series, though. All those lines have been tight.
Yeah.
The Guardians' bats have been not good. I mean, that's just another coin flip tough series.
Completely agree there.
You don't have to bet every game.
No, I think that's one of the biggest things that people think is, you got to get all these different bets in. And, our philosophy, normally what we're sending out 3 to 5 plays typically in the VIP.
And then depending how you want to count a money line parlay, but I mean, it gets you have a lot more action out there, a lot more games to watch.
Yeah. So yeah, it's, a lot of people, I think, force a bet every scenario there is. And, stick with what works, have your system, have what you're good at. Let's see, Arizona 1-0 might end up 3-0 in a second. All right, we'll keep an eye on that game.
Good. Well, we got them in our runs parlay.
Yes. Let's see. Let's pull up just the game casts on these. Check the live scores.
Yeah, here. And or if we see any updates for the Reds Cardinals rain delay, that'd be nice.
Yeah, let's see if any news about that. Would be nice to get that going again. Know what our fate is in this game. Nothing out yet, but here's our Cubs Pirates. Yeah, is an interesting game. Let's see. Did these runs come off Skeens or?
Yeah, no, they did. I don't even know how they happened. I looked up and it was 3-2 instead of 2-0.
Jeez.
I think it was Seiya actually. Okay, yep, Seiya Suzuki had a home run. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, that's
if you get 3 runs against Skeens,
that's a good day.
It's a good day because then they already pulled him. So yeah,
get him out of the game and
right. But the Cubs relievers are awful, or have been awful.
Okay, let's see. Jonathan from X asked, "Who do you like more on the mound, Springs or Mahal?"
I like Springs. I mean, the A's are sneaky. The A's are not that bad. But I mean, I don't think I'm not touching it. But the A's are not that bad. I like Springs.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Okay, any other questions you guys have? And we can take a look, just see if there's any expected value going on in the fantasy world as well. Prize Picks has their e-gaming ones up. Looks like actually here's speak of Springs, we got value on him right there.
Yeah, and the Rangers lineup has not been good. I mean, they had that one blow-up game this series. They scored 15.
Yep. Let's see if there's any positive EV plays available as well. We can make a slip for Brewers or White Sox. That one.
If you're feeling ballsy, go White Sox to avoid the sweep.
Yeah, I think we rarely would take a team to complete a sweep if we were.
Yeah, we try to stay away.
Yeah. There's instances where not too much positive EV going on. Instances where we have picked teams to complete a sweep, but overall it's, that just doesn't seem like the move you want. Let's see, is NHL in today? Let's see what NHL's looking like.
Yeah, are there any good betting splits or anything?
So we got a plus 26 for the Maple Leafs Senators here.
That came all the way back, wasn't it? It was at least 2-0. It might have been a 3-0 series.
Yeah, let's see. Let's check what these series are at right now. I believe ESPN. The Kings have been a team that 2-0 all of a sudden down 3-2 is an interesting one. Senators, Toronto leads 3-2, and I believe
Yeah, and they
got
were up 3-0.
and they've got that nice betting split today. So that, some sharps are definitely saying that series is going to end.
Right? And I'm with him on that, I think.
Yeah, I would probably agree. Let's see. Yeah, I saw Vegas had stuff early, so this is interesting that more money is going to the Wild. I did see that, Vegas was getting a good split earlier. Money's moving there. Home teams have, traditionally dominated these playoffs. It looks like the Kings might be down for the count tonight after a 2-0 lead in LA. They've given up 3 straight, and this is, a perfect opportunity for the Oilers to close this thing out.
We got some good sports on tonight. I mean, these NBA games are going to be exciting too.
These are
It's a big day.
the 2 best series to
Right.
watch.
It is. I mean, Celtics, you knew what was going to happen.
Mhm.
It was just bound. It was just when it was going to happen.
Yep, and, Thunder was not even a series. I think we had one competitive game in that one, and it was over, and then Lakers
I was about to say, I guess we can get your take on the Lakers here. Yeah.
I think the hardest thing for me in that one was Jackson Hayes played well after the trade. And when he got minutes, he was one of, by the metrics, advanced metrics, one of the better defensive centers in the league. And then decision was made before the series that he just was
Not
not
going
going
to play.
to. And I think when you let Rudy Gobert single-handedly beat you in a closeout game, that's not a good spot to be in. So I don't know. Interesting offseason coming up. I'm very confident LeBron's coming back. I don't think there's anything, no question there that he didn't want to talk about it last night, but he's not going anywhere. I
At
think
least one more.
we all know that, yeah. But it's gonna be interesting. I mean, you have, Lakers are now kind of fully entering into that Luka era, and they've got to. I think he wants to be back, but they've got to appease him with an offseason of saying, "Hey, we're gonna get you that big man that you wanted." All of a sudden, I think in the short term, it looked good that Mark Williams trade got revoked. In that series,
Right.
though,
Needed him.
you kind of wonder, what would have happened. We got somebody asking where the MLB picks. We can run through that slate really quick again.
Yep. The games that haven't started that we got on our 3-teamer are the Tigers and the Giants.
Yeah, Tigers and Giants.
We got the Reds on there. You could probably still actually, I don't even know what the odds are now, but you could probably jump on the Reds at not a bad price up 2-1 in the rain delay. But
Yeah,
after a rain delay, things can get funky. We don't know about the pitching. We don't know how long this rain delay is going to happen.
definitely. And I would say probably from the remaining games, favorites would be obviously Tigers, Giants, and then probably the Red Sox getting
Right.
in on that action as well. Any live bets that we like in the MLB? Reds money line, not a terrible option. Actually, I can pull up just.
What's the Mets Diamondback score?
Let's see. Mets Diamondbacks are.
Depending how Zach Gallen's going. If Zach Gallen's struggling, I don't mind jumping on the Mets live.
Ooh, we got bases loaded. Diamondbacks. Oh, is that end of inning? Okay, so yeah, 1-0. Mets money line. Yeah, not a terrible. There's still
But
value.
nothing I love. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's just see what these live odds are in some of these games. Oh wow, Cubs really taking this one.
Yep. Suzuki just hit a second one of the day.
Reds at -195, probably too much to take.
Yeah.
Straight line there. I mean, if you are a big Mets believer and think there's going to be a bullpen, blunder after Gallen gets out, that's one. Guardians in a strong position. Royals all of a sudden 4-1 here. That took some turns. And then Brewers, White Sox just getting under. I mean, this if you do think a sweep's happening, -145 is not, not terrible value there.
Not at all.
Best MLB picks. Tigers and Giants were 2 of the teams in our 3-team moneyline parlay, along with the Reds. And actually, yeah, you could take the Reds. Oh, this is odds are paused on this.
They did because they don't know who's coming out and pitching and everything.
Yeah.
But the Red Sox, we like the Red Sox too.
Yeah, and let's see if you put in Red Sox.
Red Sox, Tigers, Giants. That's probably going to be juicier than what we had. It's going to be right close to what we
Yeah,
had.
right on with on par with what we had. So plus 361 if you guys want, another Red Sox, Tigers, Giants money line parlay. Johnson said he thinks he's going to take the Mets.
Don't mind that at all.
Yeah, not bad value there. Let's see. Prime said Ravens, Orioles, Celtics, Ducks. Now,
Right, futures parlay.
yeah, I don't know about that one. I don't know the Orioles are doing much here.
Right, that's fair.
Ravens, he's got a Lamar profile picture, so definitely a Ravens fan right here. But hey, Ravens have a shot any year.
Yeah, but I think that's Joe Burrow's division this year.
I
We'll
think
see.
you're right about that. I think the
There's-
Bengals. Yeah,
Something's coming with the Bengals this year, and
definitely.
they're plus 900 to win the AFC. There's a lot of value there.
That is a lot of value. We might have to have a full futures live stream
Yeah.
before NFL season gets
I mean,
underway.
because Chiefs, Bills, and Ravens are all locked up, all basically the
Yeah.
same odds, and then you got the scary Bengals right behind them.
Completely.
I don't know.
And yeah, the Bengals, if they play an ounce of defense, they are one of the teams.
Because they can score 50 on anybody.
Exactly. Celtics, I hate to say it, but it might be a back-to-back type of year. I just don't know who matches up with the Celtics very well.
Well, we have to see the Thunder have some competition.
Yes.
Yeah, how can they handle a little competition?
Yep. And I believe that they're in line to play winner of Clippers Nuggets.
And that'll be good.
It would be good. Either team would be good there, actually.
Right.
Kawhi has turned back the clock to Toronto Raptor Kawhi.
Well, it was about time.
It definitely was. Some frustrating years in LA if you were a Kawhi fan and a Clippers fan. But I think I have more faith in Denver to be able to beat OKC than I do with the Clippers. James Harden playoff yips are a very real thing, and
right.
Only Jokic and Murray is
and
never.
They have the championship pedigree. They got all that.
And I think this is crazy to say, but Jokic is probably playing the best basketball of his career right now.
He's not even going to win the MVP.
Yeah, which is wild. What do you if you were MVP voter, are you giving it to SGA or Jokic?
I mean, probably Jokic, but then that's the same thing like how LeBron should have won it 7 years in a row. And, you just can't give it to the same guy every year. That's just how they work. It's how it operates.
That's very true. I just think it is crazy for Jokic to have a career year, average a triple-double as a center, which might be more impressive than Westbrook's.
It's got to be. Less turnovers, I would imagine.
Yeah.
I don't know for sure.
All right. Volcano said Cavs, Thunder, Drew Holiday, hurt, best defense. So Volcano, who are you saying is gonna win? And then Lawrence,
the Cavs win in the East.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I'm not a believer in Cleveland. I wish I was, but
scary though. They can be scary.
Yeah, he's got Cavs over Celtics. That'd be an interesting series.
It'll be a great series, I think.
That's almost like testing the Thunder. You got to test Cleveland.
Right.
We do not know what they're going to look like against the best competition. John, what's up, John? Said need a Sean Steak video on how Pelinka needs to rebuild. John, I'll use you right now and say trade everything but Luke and LeBron for Giannis right there.
I could see that happening. Not trade everything, but getting Giannis over there.
Yep, I think they'll be in the talks for sure. I'm not convinced that Giannis doesn't ask out this offseason.
Well, why would I mean? Yeah, I would.
I don't know. There's a path to winning a championship in Milwaukee anytime soon.
Right. I mean, no, I don't think so. John
said trade Braun too. John, are you now a LeBron hater? Can't do Braun like that at this point. But it's gonna be an interesting offseason for the Lakers for sure this year. If we trade Giannis, Bronny is gonna be starting in playoff games, selling our depth. What's wrong with Bronny in the starting lineup now? All right. Anybody else got any questions, or we'll call it a day?
Yeah, let's get this 3-team money line winner today.
Yep. Yeah. Hey, great month in April. Plus 16.41.
Oh yeah. And the 3-team money line wasn't even that good in April.
No, and that's
good things are coming. This alternate runs parlay has a lot of legs. It's really good. It's in the VIP. But, it's good.
for those of you who don't know, obviously we give you guys our free play of the day with a positive EV play. We give you our 3-team money line parlay, and then the rest of our card is made up of a MLB alternate runs parlay, which I think we made 7 units off of.
And it's always 3 teams.
3 teams. Yep, we find our favorites for who would actually hit their total, and then we juice it down a little bit, get you that plus 200 odds that we've had a lot of success with, and that's a daily staple for us now, and it has been working phenomenal there.
Right.
So, Volcano said, "Where's your predictions?" We going through them. We'll post a video later today too. But MLB game started early. We like to talk through them more on the live than just kind of throw out some picks there. But it looks like that'll be a day. So we will see you guys back at it. We'll be doing this every day we can. So just stay in the Discord. We always send a notification out about when we're going to go live, and just come talk sports too in the Discord. Talk sports, play some bets. Not a bad community to be in for us.
Nope, not at all.
All right. Well, we will see you guys later, and let's have ourselves a day. We got the 2 free plays out for you guys, and then let's sweep the VIP card as well.